What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up right now. The Cardiac Bulls 20-point fourth quarter comeback came up just a little bit short, and they fall to the Nets 112-109, marking the official halfway point of their 25-26 NBA season. We'll break it down next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls postgame. Coming to you live from our CHGO Xfinity Loft here in downtown Chicago. CHGO Bulls postgame is presented by Michelob Ultra and Bet365. The delicious taste of victory deserves something equally superior. Cheer on your team with Michelob Ultra. And download the Bet365 app with code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment is never ordinary at Bet365. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. Bow. BAWL Sports. Will the GOAT Gottlieb. Will_Gottlieb. And, of course, hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah.
Of CHGO White Sox fame.
Yeah.
The one and only.
Beer
Sean Anderson.
Beer Dave, baby.
If only they had a full team to beat the Nets. I mean, the Nets are a really good team. They get after it. Smart team. What a shame.
What a shame indeed. They fall to the Brooklyn Nets 112-109. The Bulls had 40 points at half and were down 20 early in the fourth quarter. I believe they had a stretch of 4+ minutes in the second quarter when they went scoreless. Dug themselves a hole against this 11-win Brooklyn Nets team.
Yes.
Not the second night of a back-to-back.
Yes.
Yeah, you're missing Josh. You're missing Zach Collins still, but otherwise, these are the Bulls.
Yeah.
These are the Bulls that have been playing for the last while now.
How it happened.
To their credit, miraculous comeback. Credit to the Nets also. Some of those late game turnovers the Nets had. What are you doing?
Impressive.
And then the Bulls said, hold my beer, I got you. And Trey Jones, that inbounds pass.
Oh.
The Bulls climbed all the way back to take a 1-point lead in the final minute of this game.
They did.
And then
Coughed
it right up, Dave.
Yeah, coughed up. And when we were watching it immediately, shout out Giddy Committees. Yo, Big Dave, our best pure point guard, couldn't execute an inbounds pass.
Hey, that's a good dig. That's a good dig.
The issue with that is, as soon as he was inbounding, I said, why is Trey Jones inbounding the basketball? So don't come from my ball knowledge out here, sir.
I can vouch for that. Immediately
I said this. I was like, why is this dude
as soon as the ref handed Trey the ball on the sidelines.
Like, why is Trey Jones inbounding the ball?
What is Trey doing inbounding this ball?
Yeah, you could clearly see how tall and like Noel was. And the reason I thought that was because they just almost had a 5-second violation with the Coro doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm bringing a smaller dude who can't see as what. I just didn't agree with that. For me, that's on the coach. But I wouldn't have put Trey Jones in that situation at all. But, man, it was, no defense to be had on either side. I thought the Nets tried to run away from the Bulls, and I think these teams need to know you can't run away from the Chicago Bulls, man. Like, it doesn't matter what the lead is. They're going to fight back. They're going to come back and get back into the ball game. I thought the way they executed their defense down the stretch was really good for the Bulls. Again, the Nets made some poopy passes for sure, but the Bulls capitalized on it. Nikola Vucevic played solid defense on 2 of those possessions with about a minute to go. He had a block on one end and helped get a turnover on the other for a breakaway layup for the Bulls. So they tried. They did their best, but they came up short against a team that they just really can't seem to get over the hump against. They're going to get another opportunity against the Nets, but they just – I don't know what it is, Goat, and you're smarter, you'll tell and break it on down. But I just don't know what it is that they can't get over. They're kind of the same team. Obviously, I think the Nets have more young talent and more athletic talent on their team. But they're kind of the same just as far as, the defense isn't great. They get out and they run. They shoot a ton of threes. And it usually turns out to be a solid basketball game from them. But in this instance, man, the Bulls just came up short.
Yeah, and I mean, to give the Nets some credit, they were one of the best defense. I think they were the best defense in the league in the month of December. So they have been able to put together a stretch of competence. I don't really feel like they played elite defense tonight. I feel like the Bulls are just missing a lot of shots. And frankly, it was that run at the end of the second quarter that I think just put them in such a big hole that they couldn't get out of it. And, the Bulls CHSN broadcast was starting just as we were kind of wrapping up and getting ready to come on here. And Kendall said that they expended so much energy trying to come back that they weren't able to complete it. I thought that was a good point.
Yeah.
Because, they were down 20 points with 11:20 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Cam Thomas hits a 3 to put them up 20. And the rest of the way, they go up 37-20 in the fourth quarter. And you're just expending so much energy. But this is just a team that cannot get a stop. And when they're not scoring at a high level, they're going to run into trouble. So, yes, they can put together runs like that, but it's a dangerous game that they're playing. And I think that's what the sustainability stuff that Vuce was talking about against the Wizards. I mean, it's the same stuff rearing its head over and over again. We know that they can be competitive. We know that they can play at a high level. We know that they have problems doing it consistently. And any team can beat you because any team is trying hard. Like, the whole league is matching the Bulls' effort. The Bulls wanted to come into the season and have effort and system be their superpowers. And it has gotten them to 19-22, which is not nothing. I mean, it's not like they're a disaster of a team.
Sure.
They're just very mediocre. But the problem with that is that other young teams especially can match that effort. And so if you have a hot shooting night, as the Nets did, 19 of 40, almost 50% on threes.
Pretty hot.
If you make 23s, it's almost tough to lose. Yeah. So I think it was just like a makes and miss thing tonight, and then lack of execution at certain points. Obviously, that last play, which I agree. Obviously, I've defended Billy. I think that was a position where you set Trey up to fail, where, Casey tweeted, like, he is a very reliable inbounder. I'm not saying he's not. Like, I think he is a good inbounder, but you're never going to get so much attention than trying to inbound the ball with 5 seconds left in a game.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a tough spot to be in. But again, I don't think that they played poorly. I think they just didn't quite have enough to make the comeback, considering that dry spell in the second quarter. Yeah. And credit to the Nets. They were making shots. They were just destroying the Bulls' interior defense all night long. Daron Sharp, Nick Claxton were doing work, and they were making their threes. That's the recipe.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody hanging out with us in that chat, Bulls Nation. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button if you haven't done it yet. It's free. Price $91.95 in the chat saying, I was on a heater and you pull them out. Donovan really screwed us tonight. I think that was one of a few different. PT Soren saying needed some more IO in this one. And it is Eric J93, Billy constantly taking IO out late in the fourth when he's the reason we fought back in these games is driving me up the wall. Hard to argue that tonight.
Yeah.
IO surprise, parentheses, not really. He's a Bulls comeback.
Yeah.
With his just tenacity and aggression attacking the basket.
Yeah.
Transition layups, getting to the free throw line, just saying, I refuse to let us lose by double digits to the goddamn Brooklyn Nets, who, by the way, we already have taken an L to this season. Yeah. And, you might also question, Dave, you said, wait, did Billy just pull Matas late in that game on one of the final defensive possessions when your young man there was a weird thing with the box score. At one point it looked like that high arcing almost goaltend block he had was his fifth, but then there was a stat correction. He officially ended the game with four blocks tonight. But look, Matas has made plenty of defensive mistakes. Billy cited them for why he sat him the entire fourth quarter of their game on Wednesday.
He did.
But maybe there's another person to contest that go-ahead bucket by MPJ if Matas is on the floor late.
I mean,
lot of questionable who's in, who's out for Billy. And then the most notable rotation decision Billy making tonight, perhaps, is the fact that he started this game more guard-heavy, and then at halftime made that adjustment and started Jalen Smith, who did not start the game, but started Jalen in the second half and played Jalen Smith all the way to 35 bench minutes.
Oh my goodness! I mean,
Billy's fallen in love with the bigs.
He is. He's there. He's a fan.
And that was on the heels of Jalen having not a very good first half.
He did not.
He didn't hit the broadside of a barn in the first half.
I will say that. I mean, I like the fact Matas had 30 minutes. I'll say that. I like the fact he had that. But yeah, taking out a guy with 4 blocks down the stretch, I just didn't understand.
Just to be fair, he was pulling guys in and out. So Matas was on the court for the last offensive possession of the game. He had Okoro in there for defensive purposes, which worked out. He had the steal and the run out. So he was doing a little offense and defense.
Yeah,
I don't want
he
to
was
make it
doing a
sound
lot.
like
I
he
get
was,
that.
but just to
But so
add that
you're
while
saying
go
he's taking Matas out for Okoro for the defensive purposes?
I got to look at the exact, but I'm just saying he
If
was
you're-
out there.
I'm just saying if that's the case for defensive purposes, I can understand that. I can understand bringing in Isaac Okoro defensive purposes. But if you're taking him out for even a Jalen Smith, in my opinion, I want the guy with the 4 blocks. That's just me. But Jalen was balling.
He also
I get
had 4
it.
blocks.
He did. That's what I'm saying. He was balling. He did his thing. But that's just me. But I thought Matas, the best compliment I could give his shooting tonight is I didn't know he was 4 of 15. Mm-hmm. And that's the best compliment I could give him because I'm like, oh, man, he's shooting like he is not 4 of 15. He's shooting the basketball like, oh, man, I got this. Like, give me the ball. Let me do this. I got this. But this is what I want, though, from Matas. I want these tough shooting nights for him, and I want the 32 minutes on top of that. All of those minutes, all of the missteps, all of the coming up short, all that stuff I want from Matas Buzelis. So give me the 4 of 15, the 2 of 7 from 3 with that. I do like the fact Matas is rebounding better in these past 2 games. He had 6 tonight. I saw him fighting for an offensive rebound. He got fouled on one of them. Early on. How many times did he go to free throw?
Had one that was like both of them had it and Vuce just took it.
Yes, that's true. But he got to the line 6 times, man.
Let's go.
And Matt and I have to keep saying that's what we want.
That's the magic number.
It's got to start at 6. That's your minimum. Give me 6 free throws. That's 5 points right there from the free throw line from Matas Buzelis. So, yeah, look. And again, I don't know how everybody is watching Matas, but that's how I watch Matas. As far as his growth, and things like that. I'm not watching him so much for wins and losses, even though that'd be nice. That'd be awesome. That'd be cool and great if he can affect that. Shout out to the mid-range shot that young man took also as well. And I like that he took it because it was the only shot available. The way the defender defended him, he had no choice but to put a spin move on him, turn around, and shoot that bad boy. So I appreciate he actually took a mid-range shot with that. But, yeah, man. If he's taking out Matas for Okoro, cool. You can even argue me, like you said, Jalen 4 blocks, you want to argue me on that? That's fine too. But I just want him in the game in those moments all the time.
So I just pulled it up. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Jalen Smith enters the game for Matas, and then Matas comes back in for the final offensive possession. So he was not really in for the meaningful stretch run.
Yeah.
Okoro was in there. He made that running dunk to put the Bulls ahead. Vuce had that block that had Trey Jones on a run out. So it's like, I guess I always get that, and I always think it's easy to say, like, oh, this guy should have been in, but you got to take someone out too. And I think Jalen was playing really well. Okoro, you want in there on MPJ. Trey Jones, he's just never going to take out. That's his guy. And then Kobe, who I thought played really well. Maybe we can spend some time on him.
Yeah, you can't take Kobe out.
He couldn't really be out either because he's your only bucket getter. So it's it's tough. And, you
tough.
can't take Vuce out either because he's the game-winning guy.
He's your guy.
He's your game winner. So, but yeah, just quickly on Kobe before we go to break. What did you guys think of him? Because I felt like he was really aggressive, especially in that third quarter, coming out and being physical as a driver. It felt like the most decisive that we've seen him in quite a while, where he was just attacking. He was getting to the foul line. Only 3 attempts, but it just felt like you really felt him physically in that game, which is what Billy wants to see.
Yeah, I appreciate you reading my game recap because that's exactly what I talked about with Kobe White. It was good to see him in that kind of way, being aggressive, taking over the game. He looked more comfortable than I've seen him in a while in these past few games. Getting that drag step, getting that Euro step together, being aggressive. And, I mean, when it's all kind of clicking for Kobe, it's so much fun to watch, especially when that three-pointer is falling. When he's got that crossover working and that spin move where he can finish in the lane, that's always awesome to see. I wanted him to get to the line more. He was trying to, obviously. He was trying to get there, but 3 times at the line, went 1 of 3 from the free throw line. But, no, overall, I was happy to see what Kobe was doing on the floor.
I thought it was fine from Kobe tonight. Not better, not worse. I thought it was fine. But again, and I feel like I said this recently, I'll harp on it, whether they decide to keep Kobe or not keep Kobe, he needs to be better than this. Like, it just makes me think about what they could have sold on as far as the trade market price.
Yeah.
If they decided a year ago that they didn't want to pay Kobe on a giant money long-term deal.
Yeah.
I don't think he had a bad game tonight. I also don't think he had a great game tonight. I think like there was some decision making from him in the half court offense that was frustrating, head scratching. Not new for me watching Kobe this season. So again, trying to get through this calf tightness, calf injury, find a groove. It's going to take more than a couple of games.
Yeah,
I just feel like he has not found that groove yet. But
doesn't
mean he can't.
Yeah.
But hey, clock is ticking for him and the Bulls.
Okay.
That trade market. That trade deadline coming up. All right, we got to knock out our first ad break. When we come back, plenty more to get to on tonight's game. Who was our game day difference maker and more. Hit that like button. It's free while you check out some products that you might fancy.
Hey,
we'll be right back. CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Bet365. And right now, with their early payout offer, you are a winner. If your football team goes up by 17 points with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. Download that Bet365 app with promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. And when you do that and place your first $5 bet on anything, Bulls, hockey, football this weekend, you are going to get $200 in bonus bets. Win or lose that $5 bet, don't matter. Either way, you're getting $200 in bonus bets. And they're also running an extra special offer this weekend for more playoff football. Yeah. You can get in on it with doubling your money with a super boost on one or more passing yards in the Denver versus Buffalo game this weekend. What? That's right. All it takes, Dave, is a single yard. What? So even if your team doesn't start strong, you can with that Bet365 app. And again, don't forget that promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Must be 21 and older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You know, when my man Matt Peck hits the gym and he's working out, and he's working on the biceps and triceps, and he's getting it all together, he finishes his workout. He says, wait a minute, I haven't eaten? I ain't had nothing to eat. I need my protein. But then he remembers, bam, right there. He can open that up, crack it open, get all the protein that he needs. The emergency high protein complete meal, whether it is by bottle or it is by powder, you shall be happy. 35 grams plus of protein, man. Now that is amazing. 27 essential vitamins and minerals, gluten-free, no artificial sweeteners, colors, or flavors, and it is under $5. You gotta love this kind of stuff, man. I enjoy Huel. So guess what? Limited time only though. Get Huel's full high protein starter kit today with this exclusive offer of 20% off online with the code Bulls20 at Huel.com. Bulls20, new customers only.
CHGO Bulls postgame rolling along here on Friday night as the Bulls fall to the Nets. Peck, Big Dave, Goat hanging out. Our guy Sean on the controls. Thanks for being here, Bulls Nation. Hit that like button if you didn't do it during the ad break. You can still do it now. It's free. Before we get to our game day difference makers, let's shout out T. LaRock 102 who threw us a $20 super chat. Appreciate you. Asking, or not asking, but stating.
Okay.
Billy has set his lineups and has specific times that he substitutes in spite of guys playing well. He needs to play the guys who are making a difference.
Ooh.
Thoughts?
It's going to take us into our game day difference maker
Oh!
segment.
Hey!
Making a difference? You kidding me?
Segway Goat! Let's go!
I'm going to start us off then.
What, are you
because
stepping on my toes, Go?
my game day difference maker is Jalen Smith tonight.
Ooh.
Who I thought played great, especially in the second half when Billy
You're going to
Donovan.
segue to the branded segment and not do the tagline for the sponsor of the branded segment, Go?
Sorry, you're the tagline guy.
There you go.
Hit it.
Game Day Difference Makers, presented by our friends at Game Day Men's Health. Better father, better husband, better man. Go to Game Day Men's Health. Visit GameDayCHGO.com to find locations closest to you.
That's why he's the pro.
Yeah, there you go.
My game day men's health difference maker is Jalen Smith.
Oh, and you steal mine. Great.
Surprise. Well, the reason I chose him is because of this comment, because he did start second half.
Yeah.
That was an adjustment from Billy. So I thought he played really well. He had the 4 blocks, double-double in, 35 minutes off the bench.
Woo.
Wow, good for him for getting in there.
Big old dose
Wasn't
of
he like
Jalen.
0 for in the first half on threes?
I believe I
him scoring
checked,
like
and he was 0 of 5 from downtown at halftime. The
Finishes
Bulls
4
as a
of 10.
team were 3 of 19.
Finishes 4 of 10 from 3. And the 14 points, 13 rebounds are great, but the block shots was huge. And the Bulls had 10 of them tonight, 2 from Vuce, 4 from Matas, 4 from Jalen Smith. And I felt like that was kind of what helped them get back in the game, was finally getting a couple of stops at the rim. And they just couldn't do that at all in the first half. So I feel like he really stood out to me.
Okay. Yes, and yes, because they're both of yours.
Pass the ball back to Matt.
I went with Ayo Dosunmu as the difference maker. Like you just talked about in the first break, Matt. He did not want to lose. Like, that dude was playing to win. I love watching just the aggression. And it's so much fun when he gets the basketball because you can set your watch to what's about to happen. And it's like nobody else knows it's about to happen on the floor.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, yeah, he got the ball. Guess what? 3 dribbles, he'll be at the rim. 3 dribbles, he's at the rim. And it's not just getting there, it's finishing every single time when he gets there, man. I love this fire tonight. I love what he brought. Like, if you're watching during those timeouts in the last few seconds, he's on the bench encouraging the team, clapping in their face, you know what I mean? Trying to keep them involved in what's going on. So I thought he was huge. 18 big points for him, 7 of 13, 0 of 2 from the three-point line. And he got to the line 5 times, made 4 of them. So it wasn't Ayo's hitting all these threes kind of game.
Yeah.
And if he's hitting 7 of his shots, you know they are all going to the paint.
Yeah.
That's what he does. So I'm really just love watching Ayo play basketball for the Chicago Bulls. He's awesome. Shout out to Rick, who where we at, who was like, please don't trade. I don't even want to talk about it. You know, trade out. He's my favorite player. These are the reasons why he is so endearing towards Bulls fans, man, and why we love him so much. You know he cares. He's trying to win all the time out there on the floor. And the team came up just a little short. But what he was doing, yeah, he was one of the huge reasons why the Bulls made that comeback.
Shout out to our guy, Rage Quit Gaming in the chat, who said Ayo was lightning fast tonight, which he is every night. You can always rely on that. All right. If I got to pivot, because I was going to give my game day appreciation to Jalen, I'll go with the guy that he's backing up, Vooch.
Back it up.
This team's unsung hero, the often, scapegoat of a large percentage of fans who are sick of him and ready to see him move on to the next chapter of his career.
Yeah.
I understand it. But I think, Goat, you asked it the other night, how many wins would this team have without Vooch this season?
I mean,
cut it in half. He almost pulled off another miracle tonight.
He did.
He was the one, like, when we were not the final shot after the made nets free throws, and it's like just like a heave attempt from Vooch that clanged off the backboard and got no rim. But the possession before that was the disaster inbounds, and we were all sitting around saying, okay, who takes this shot?
Yeah.
My answer was immediate. Vooch.
Yeah.
The dude's won you 4 games on the final bucket already this season. Clutch as hell. And tonight came up 1 possession, 1 bucket, 1 clutch moment shy, but still a very efficient night. 9 of 14 for 19 points, and just stuffed the stat sheet everywhere else like he is often wont to do. Not only with the boards, but 5 dimes, couple of blocks. He wasn't credited with a steal, which I find odd because the first of the 2 back-to-back Nets turnovers that punctuated the Bulls making their way all the way back from that 20-point deficit, Vooch swiped that ball on that Nets drive down the lane.
Yeah.
Like, that was a Vooch steal. I don't know why I didn't get credit for it.
Yeah.
And I have heard from so many people in Bulls Nation over so many years that Vooch plays 0 defense.
That's what you heard?
Even negative amounts of defense.
0?
It's a system. The system fails, not the player. We all know he's never been a special defensive player, but he does make defensive plays sometimes. And on a night when not much went right for the Bulls, he had a solid game.
He
Shocking.
also
Not
was-
shocking.
I tweeted this out on our way back over here from Lone Isle. Shout out.
Shout out.
In the first half, Vooch shot 6 of 8. The rest of the team shot 9 of 32.
Oh,
That's 28%.
that's not good.
Like, he is carrying them
He is.
a lot of times, especially when their offense isn't flowing or when they are struggling. I feel like the last couple of games here, they've really looked him in the post, and he's been able to get a couple of just easy baby hooks over guys. And then finally the Nets started doubling.
Yeah.
I've always felt like, why would teams double? Just like let him cook, and if he wants to take a bunch of those flip shots and it means that the Bulls aren't getting into their drive and kick game and shooting open threes, then so be it. But he's just been so efficient that you actually do need to send help when he's playing like that. So I totally agree. He's definitely. I mean, if I didn't get to steal Jalen from Matt, I probably would have gone with Vooch there.
No, Vooch was, and just been very consistent. Like, he's your guy. Like, we just had 35, for goodness sakes. Like, the dude knows how to score and get in there. But you're right, Matt. like him playing defense on top of that or making defensive plays. Because when you got a guy that is not known for his defense, all you want him to do is just make a play. And he made 2 of them. And it's good to see a guy like Nikola Vucevic do that, letting you know that, hey, I'm still involved with the team. I haven't checked out. I'm still here, and I'm still trying to win. So we know he can score, but let me show you I can do something on the other end of the floor. Not going to be world-beating, but I can do something. I am tall. I can utilize that skill. And you saw him do that, man. And, yeah, that's helpful, obviously, to the team. But his scoring, man, as you just talked about, Goat, like just the way he carries, man, the impact he has on this team as far as when it comes to scoring the basketball. As Vooch goes, so does the team, man. I'm telling you, when Vooch is getting in those 20s and getting those 10 rebounds with that, stuff like that, and then throwing in 4 assists on top of that, your Bulls usually win that game.
Yeah, and again, that's just calling out the reality of a situation. Not my favorite player. What makes you think that Vooch is my favorite player? Yes. But so here's Jason Wolf in the chat saying, when you don't have a great defensive center, you might not want to funnel everything straight to him with guards getting roasted every 5 seconds, which is a fair thing to point out. The Bulls are not a good perimeter defensive team.
No.
And they don't have a good rim protecting center.
No.
It's bad defense outside, bad defense inside.
Yeah.
When Vooch is the one standing under the bucket getting scored on,
yeah,
that's where a lot of eyes turn.
I mean, you saw that tonight, right?
Yeah.
Like, this defense was optional,
yes,
for this team. So,
and Vincent Nicholas in the chat saying, these guys got to realize you can't win games by just being elite on offense. At least the DeMar era was better on defense. First of all, hilarious to call out the DeMar era and a better defensive team.
Yeah.
Because DeMar, for all the credit he deserved and for all the ways that we loved him, and he provided us some pretty entertaining Bulls wins over the years that he was here, that dude never played a lick of defense.
Not his jam.
Not a one.
Not his jam.
Not a single, how many licks does it take, lick of defense.
I was told they don't pay players to play defense.
Yeah.
Shout out Jabari Parker.
Shout out to the 20 million.
So I don't know if Vincent with the comment was referring to these guys as us or these guys as like the Bulls as a team, but we talked recently, I think it was the show when Uncle Will was here with us, about how like ideally, yes, you get to a win by playing offensively and defensively at a respectable level. That's not who this Bulls team is.
Yeah.
It is not in their DNA as a collective personnel of players. Their average win this season, they're scoring 123.5 points.
Woo. To win.
Because they give up that many.
Yeah.
Is there a magic suck less at defense button that Billy and none of the rest of us see?
Hey, Sean, did you have that?
The players are the players.
Well, it's play Patrick Williams more.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Is that what it is?
I thought so.
Always ask. That's true.
Hoping for positive news for Patrick now that you bring him up because he did leave this game tonight with a sprained ankle and did not return.
True.
Was ruled out. So we'll see what the update is there.
JC just tweeted about it if you want me to read that real quick.
Sure.
He said, Williams said he suffered his injury on the first half drive where he got fouled and made free throws, tried to fight through it during the third quarter, but struggled to move laterally, said he'll attack recovery and be back as soon as possible.
Okay. So
probably miss a game or two.
Yeah, I was about to say, so it sounds like he'll miss the game on Sunday against the same Brooklyn Nets.
And such a shame because he had himself just a whopper 7.3 rebound game cooking.
In 12 minutes, though. I mean, that's on par for 14 and 6.
He was on his way to having 2 consecutive respectable games. Respectable in the loose force, especially Patrick Williams and his expectations are concerned kind of way.
Go just try to debate me real quick.
Did you take the bait?
No. I almost did. Oh, man. I was so close. But, yeah, man, I hope he gets better. Honestly, we don't want to see injuries.
No, of course not. No. Anthony saying in the chat, Okoro and Jones are perfect bench players. They sure are.
Yeah.
One of them is a starter for the Bulls, and one of them has been thrust into a starting role occasionally for the Bulls.
Yeah.
And that's why this team is...
Well, one of the reasons.
3 games under.
Yeah.
We got to knock out another ad break right here. We'll come back. Plenty more thoughts on tonight's game. Let us know what you're thinking in that chat, Bulls Nation. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling generous tonight. And we will talk about some big takeaways from not only this game, but the Bulls reaching the midway point of the season. Hit the like, it's free. We'll be right back.
Hooters! You know it. You love it. You've eaten the wings. You've been to the bar. You enjoy it. It is awesome. We've had events there. We hang out there.
Shout out.
Hooters is awesome, man. Awesome food, awesome people. It is the way to go. And weekdays just got better for some of your Hooters faves. They're $9.99 or less. Those boneless wangs, those OG wangs, blackened Caesar chicken salad, the original burger, and much, much more. Available Monday through Friday from 11 p.m. to 3 p.m. 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. Playoff season. You know you want to watch the game there. You want to hang out, watch them Bears beat the crap out of those Rams. It is awesome. Can't wait to see it, man. Hey, make sure you check them. They got Aurora, Countryside, Downers Grove, Joliet, Lansing, wherever you want to go. Get your Hooters on, ladies and gentlemen, at one of their 11 Chicagoland Hooters locations. Check them out at originalhooters.com.
CHGO Bulls also brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Let's talk about your next weekend escape, or maybe just your next big night out. Because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee has everything you need in one spot. We're talking thousands of the latest slots and table games. Shout out Joey. Vegas Joey. Ready to refuel? You've got a ton of amazing restaurants and bars to choose from. Whether you're feeling fancy or you just want a quick bite to eat, they've got you covered either way. You don't even have to leave the property if you don't want to. Music to this lazy dude's ears. Why not just stay in style at their luxurious hotel? Give me a fluffy bathrobe. Just steps away from what many call the Midwest's best sports book. Heading to a Bucks game to watch them take on the Bulls later this season? Start your day off right at their sports book, then head out to the game. It's all right there and super convenient. Milwaukee has a full winter lineup of not just sports, but concerts, festivals, and more. Potawatomi is the perfect home base for it all. Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Your win is waiting, unless you're the Packers. Go check it out.
Sorry, I just ain't happy about that.
CHGO Bulls postgame rolling along. Bulls fall to the Nets, 112-109. The comeback falls short after climbing all the way back from 20 points down to take a late fourth quarter lead. That inbounds pass. Woof. Crush in the chat saying P. Will's contract won't be negative when the Bulls get good. It'll be 2 years at least if they make good moves. Interesting thought for this point in time.
Found Mark Eversley.
You think that's him?
In 2 years?
Or maybe AK?
Mark, is that you? Mark twice if you're in Milwaukee. I mean, look, again, mostly just hoping that Pat's ankle injury tonight is not a severe one that causes him to miss time. But at the same time, also, like, I've cut emotional ties to wanting that player to be a player.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to protect yourself as a fan.
Yes.
Like, okay, he had 1.5 good games between Wednesday and tonight before he sprained his ankle. No, I'm sorry. Miss me with that nonsense.
As the kids call it, Matt, protecting your peace.
Yes.
That's what Matt's doing.
And yet, I still sign up to do this job every freaking night.
Well, that's because I'm here.
Yes.
I got him.
And because of fun, joyous things like hanging out at Lone Owl in Waker Park tonight with y'all, with shout out to Chris and Lori from our sales crew who were there hanging out with us. But most importantly, shout out to Joel, shout out to Dale, shout out to Maze, my guy Coons, who won that Papa Shot contest.
Flex.
Because Goat said DNP, rest.
That was a DNP CD.
Shout out to Rick as well. You already shouted him out.
Yeah, shout out Rick.
Awesome hang tonight. Always love and appreciate being with Bulls fans, our fellow Bulls fans. That is always a good reminder of, like, sometimes when I'm like, I hate this team right now and how bad they are at being an NBA team. Why? Why do I do this? That's why.
Yeah.
Because I love my fellow Bulls fans.
It's great. I love these. Like, this is what I love to do, is go talk to the fans and them come up to us and just have this conversation with them about something that I don't think anybody ever looks at. And they're like, no, we watch all the time. And they're quoting stuff to me.
It's honestly
about these things. It's
so crazy that people will come up and, like, be in on the jokes that we make.
Yes.
Or, like, what did
Joel came up to me. He was sitting there.
He
He was like, but Big Day, you could be great.
like, that's so crazy to me.
Let's go.
Yeah, I was like, yes, sir. I appreciated that. But, shout out to Helen. Shout out to Darlene. Shout out to Nora. And shout out to Frankie.
Hey, shout out Frankie.
All them, man. And, they helped make it just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time there. And you all should go there. Honestly,
I was gonna say,
Lone Owl, man.
if you're looking for some
Dope.
thirst-quenching drinks and some good eats.
Yeah, man. I took a walk around that place. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it is awesome. Y'all will love it. It's huge, man. So go to the Lone Owl Pub. Check them out. They are a huge sports fan. Frankie's a huge sports fan there. Just man, it's great. We had a great time. But
man, his Frankie's story about being in the basement watching Bulls games while his dad and his uncles everybody were out in the backyard having a rager.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, now that's me. You know what I mean? Now I'm the one doing it. So yeah, man.
Such a relatable story of like Chicago sports fandom. Going back generations.
Yeah, man. Like,
which is why we do this.
Man.
Oftentimes.
Like, I love it. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming out and just saying hey, and shout out to the veterinary, bro. You know what I mean? My man Dale, veterinary, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to Dale. He told me about how he cured a tiger's blindness tonight, and I'm like, wow. I sit in a chair and complain about the Bulls every day.
We got another super chat from T. LaRoque, $5.
Shout out to you, T. LaRoque.
Saying appreciate you guys. You make the losses less painful and the wins more fun.
Hey. That is literally the
our
goal.
job.
Right back at you.
That is the description of what I always love to hear and want done from all of us.
When it comes to fandom, that is always going to be the big takeaway.
Yes.
That's why we do this.
And the ultimate compliment.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I think.
But more of a big takeaway.
It's probably a big takeaway.
More of a big takeaway.
We should knock out some big takeaways.
Hey!
Go.
See what's happening?
You want to do the tagline?
You got it.
Big takeaways are presented by our friends at Xfinity. Imagine that. Do either of you gentlemen care to go first? Big takeaway tonight?
A big takeaway for me was one, shout out again to everybody who came out to the Lone Owl Pub.
Darn tootin'.
A huge takeaway for me for that. But I haven't been fond of what Billy Donovan's been doing the past couple games. I don't like these plays he's drawing around. I don't like what he's doing with Matas right here. I'm just not a fan of what's happening. I'm not. And that play with Trey Jones inbounding the basketball, I didn't get it. I understand best passer, but it's hard to be your best passer when it's a taller person in front of you. It's very hard and very difficult. But yeah, I just haven't liked it. That's the truth.
You know what? I'll co-sign stamp that.
Okay, all right.
I am not a fan of what Billy's been doing recently.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to tease a little piece of a chat that Goat and I had with Tim Legler earlier today for a mini pod that we're going to drop for y'all this weekend.
Dave wasn't invited.
Big Dave had more important things to do. He big timed to Tim Legler today. But like, it seemed like Matas based on, and like Casey also hit on it in his pregame, like, sideline reporting hit when he was talking to the guys and saying like he was impressed by what Matas had to say today at morning shoot around after essentially getting benched by Billy in that game on Wednesday. He only plays 19 minutes. He didn't see the floor at all in the fourth quarter, and saying Matas looked inward and talked about needing to be better and said that he wasn't contributing to winning basketball when he was on the floor for those 19 minutes, and that's why Billy sat him. He understood why and all of that. And we asked Tim Legler about the whole Billy coaching Matas hard stuff, and I found his answer fascinating as well. But Matas minutes is one of several things that I've not been digging about Billy and his coaching recently. I always still will think that, the lack of talent on the roster is the biggest problem.
Yes.
And will always be the biggest problem. I don't care who is coaching this team.
100%.
Fucking Red Auerbach could be coaching this team, and it wouldn't freaking matter. All right? This team does not have enough talent.
Yeah.
Billy can't do much about that.
Correct.
Some coaches are better at getting more out of lesser talent. No denying that. Shout out Tibbs.
Yeah.
That ain't Billy's bag.
Yeah.
And Billy's going to do what Billy does and ride certain vets and do things his way. And right now it's working to a 19 and 22. So it is frustrating. And some of his stuff recently I have not been in love with.
Yeah. Nope.
Go. You got a big takeaway?
My takeaway is a little bit bigger picture.
Oh, come at me.
Oh, let's do it, Goat.
I wrote this in our incident reactions for today.
Okay.
And you guys were all over it a couple of days ago, so it's not that groundbreaking for people. But at the halfway point, this year, 19 and 22. Last year, 18 and 23. The year before that, 19 and 22. The year before that, 19 and 22.
But so you're saying they're getting better because last year they were 18 and 23.
I was just going to say something that a wise man once told me, which is that sometimes they're 4 games under 500. Sometimes they're 2, but they're always 3 games under 500. And that's my big takeaway.
Consistency, baby. Shout out VT Robinson.
Cosign stamp again. Yeah. That is the big takeaway on a night when we realize the Bulls have reached the halfway point of their season.
And
41 in.
And it's the same.
41 in, it's the same.
It's the same.
Roster's different.
Yeah.
It's the same.
It's the same.
Some guys healthy, sometimes not. Some guys not. It's the same. Why is it the same? Because that is their freaking goal. Dorfs, AK, everyone, all the way on down the line. They're looking at themselves tonight saying, hey, great job, us. We're right where we want to be. I think they moved from 10th up to 9th the other night with that eked out win over the Jazz.
Really?
I don't know if this loss brings them back down to 10th.
Back down to 10th.
But, hey, well, okay. Hey, they can still lock down that 9th seed in that home playing tournament game. They got 41 games to do that.
It's true.
They're going to hover. They're going to dip a little bit. And they're going to rise a little bit. Y'all, I hope you got your tickets for March Madness. It's going to be lit. It's going to be lit.
I like this comment from Jason. Go. Why are you like this?
Why is he like
Because,
this?
Jason, hate to tell you.
Because he covers the Chicago Bulls. Why aren't you like
He
this?
cares about you all out there. He wants to tell you the truth. He hates to tell you.
Yeah.
But he's going to tell you.
Shout out to our guy Yuta in the chat who just said my Bulls fan of being hella challenged recently. Same. Effing same. I sometimes wonder, you want one of these, Sean? You want one of those?
There it is.
Ooh, that cleared the ballpark by
Yes,
a
it
mile.
did, man. Oh, my goodness.
Shout out
to
Brandon Bills.
That wind distance they get on those things right there. Well done.
So many Bulls fans I've seen on Twitter, and there were a whole bunch I saw who engaged with that tweet that we had the other day when it was 18 and 21 for 4 straight years.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who saw and enjoyed that tweet in some variety. But like a lot of people who were quote tweeting that or in the replies of that tweet saying like, yo, I cut ties from this team a while ago because this. And they at least pop back in to engage with that tweet and this ridiculous stat.
Yeah.
To basically just laugh at the team and be like, yo, this is why I quit this team. And for every Bulls fan who has over the last handful, I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. And bless the hearts of those of you who are still hanging on.
Yes, for real.
Because I don't know why I am sometimes. I really don't.
It's me. Yeah, this is the life of being a fan. And it's frustrating being a fan of a team who doesn't want to meet you at your fandom as far as wins and, what you're expecting from your basketball team. So you're going to have bad teams. We get that. Or bad seasons. We get those things. And I think Bulls fans, and any sports fan, I think here in Chicago, understands if you're going to have a bad year. You know what I mean? Like, we get it. We're like, okay, fine. Bad years come in. We understand we can live with that. It's just hard to live with continuing to say we're comfortable here, just hovering. Not landing, just staying right there in basketball hell. They're like, well, hell is not too bad, guys. Hell's a nice place, plenty of space, you know what I mean? Lots of rooms, and they're comfortable there, which is a terrible, terrible place to be. You don't want to live there or be there ever, and it seems, or organization, I should say, this front office seems like they don't want to leave there. They are comfortable there.
And it's like it goes back to but just our guy Adam Amin and his Sisyphus analogy from the other night. Like it's not pushing a boulder up a hill,
right?
Only to have it fall back down again. That would be trying,
right?
The Bulls have a normal sized rock at their feet and say, "Hey, Bulls fans, come look at this cool rock. It's just a normal rock, but would you like to give us money for this normal rock that's sitting in our feet that we're not trying to move anywhere? It's a cool rock. Remember Derek?" This rock knew Derek. This rock is one of Derek's best friends.
I feel like 39 and 43 can be a place that you pass through. Mm-hmm. It can't be the destination.
Oh, that part.
And it just, they're on pace for the 4th straight season.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just insane.
Which has never happened, Matt, correct?
40 wins, 39, 39.
Never happened.
Yeah.
In the history of the NBA.
And
whether
it's 36 wins or 38, or 40 or 45, it's still in the same umbrella of just mediocrity. And like Sean, I mean, you could speak to this better than any of us could, but
why is that?
The White Sox are going through some tough times right now, but the way that they have sort of set themselves up this offseason, they've got some reasons to be excited. And I think really all sports fans want is to be on a ride, not at the end goal. And it seems like you had to go through the tough times. You went through the worst season of all time. And it's not like you've won the championship, but don't you feel like, generally speaking, and maybe I'm totally wrong on this, that White Sox fans are a little bit more optimistic about the trajectory compared to a year ago?
The ones that are still there, yes, but we hit such a rock bottom that there's nobody really on the ride anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I look back and there's like maybe 2 cars filled rather than a full ride. And the other thing that it's more about getting up and over the next hill. I don't trust the current owner to get up and over that next hill. The light at the end of the tunnel, though, is that there's an ownership agreement for 2029 to 2034. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it feels like things could change, and maybe next time we do get up and over that hill. Mm-hmm. For Bulls fans, I don't know.
But yeah, my point with that is that the Bulls don't have a trajectory that they're on right now. Mm-hmm. It was just like, how can we turn one mid-iteration of the roster into another mid-iteration of the roster and hope that people continue to fill the stadium and come along and hang out for the play-in tournament?
Yeah, no, they're rowing a rowboat at the bottom of a gravel pit. They're working real hard.
Very visual.
To go frickin' nowhere. Actually, you know what? Take out the working really hard part. I don't know what the hell they're doing over there. We got to knock out one last ad break. We'll come back on the other side to wrap up with a few more thoughts on tonight's game and a look ahead to what the Bulls have on deck. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. It's free. It's just staring there. Hey, I'm a like button. Hit me. We'll be right back.
Also get happy talking about Shopify, ladies and gentlemen. You can get your business started. You know you got your dream to do that. You know you want to handle your business and get your business going. Well, guess what you're going to need to do that? You're going to need Shopify. They will take care of that money for you, y'all. Shopify, e-commerce platform behind millions and millions, Sean know what I did, of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the United States of America. Shopify even powers the CHGO merch store. So when you see me rocking some of that, or you see that man rocking some of that, just know it's powered by Shopify. Yeah. If you're ready to sell, then guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You are ready for Shopify. So why don't you go ahead and turn your big business idea into cold, hard cash, cha-ching, with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allcity. That's shopify.com/allcity. Save money, low fees. You better Shopify.
CHGO Bulls also brought to you by Game Time, the ticketing app that gives the advantage back to the fans. It's a hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in a few easy taps. It's incredibly easy to use, and the Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll be getting 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price.
Bang.
Plus, fees are always included, Dave, so you know what you see is what you're going to pay at checkout. No hidden fees, no add-ons, no woozies, no wazies.
None of that.
And they have their awesome zone deals. If you want to save even more dollars, you choose the section, let the Game Time do the selecting of which seat. Or if you're picky, they got those seat views, so you can know exactly where your seats will be and what the view from that seat will be of the sporting event, the concert, the comedy show, whatever you are going to.
I'm picky.
Check out that Game Time app today. Download the app, create an account, use code CHGO to get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHGO to get $20 off your first tickets purchase. Download the Game Time app today because Big Dave, what time is it?
Game time!
CHGO Bulls postgame rolling along on Friday night, trying to shake off a rough loss to the Nets, a comeback that fell short, and the 19 and 22 Bulls have reached the midway point. Quick question. If being a Giddy fan is so much better than being a Bulls fan because the Bulls are stuck mid, The Bulls are 15-15 when Giddey plays this season. Sean, what did you say Giddey's career NBA record is?
I could be wrong, but I went to Josh Giddey's basketball reference. I just looked up career splits, and there are 155 games where there was a win, and there's 155 games where there's a loss. So I think in his career, he's 155 and 155.
You're right. I should ditch my Bulls fandom of midness and fully embrace that one player who is, wait for it, also mid as hell. Yeah.
Oh, man.
But before we dive into teasing our chat with Legs from earlier today that we're going to drop tomorrow, I did want to kind of just like follow up on what you, Sean, and Hugo were talking about before the break about like what Bulls fans expect and what Bulls fans can be happy with and appreciate, even if you're not talented enough to go the distance. But you put forth effort to put a competitive team out there that actually tries. And maybe there's a little bit of overachieving involved. But think about this. I was just going back and doing a quick math in my head while you guys were talking about that. They draft D-Rose in 2008. And, you know, he's got that epic playoff series against Boston, first round 2009, the back end of his rookie year. And then by the 2017-18 season, even Jimmy is gone.
Yeah.
So you're like almost a decade window there of D-Rose, Joakim, Luol, and then the back end of that, Jimmy Buckets being the guy of that team. Almost a decade. You got 4 playoff series wins in that span. Just 4. You got round 1 and round 2 on your way to the conference finals in 2011. You beat the Brooklyn Nets in 7 games in 2013. And you win your first round series against Milwaukee in 2015 before you lose to LeBron and the Cavs.
Okay.
4 playoff series wins in a 9-year span. And I think despite that was all we got from that span as Bulls fans, I can at least speak for myself. I was a fully bought in, thrilled, lived and died by every regular season game every night Bulls fan.
Fair.
Because they were out there trying to be good every night.
Yeah.
Well, they made the playoffs every year but one during that span. Every single year they made the playoffs. The Bulls are in the play-in.
It's such a different thing.
Yeah.
Than being not quite 500 and losing in the play-in tournament. Like they're not the same thing. Trying to be good and falling short of being great, okay. Bulls fans will appreciate that every single year of their lives. This is not trying.
Yeah.
Or if it is trying by the people building the team, it's trying and failing miserably, and the people who are in charge of the people who are building the team ignoring the fact that the people who are building the team are failing miserably.
I would just add that they fired Tom Thibodeau, they fired Fred Hoiberg, they entered a rebuild, and then Pack stepped down, all because they couldn't break the first round hump. They knew that
wasn't good enough.
That wasn't good enough. And they were in the playoffs. And now you make the play-in 3 straight years, and it's deserving of extensions all around. I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah. And it very, very incredibly insane. It just shows, as Matt always screams, what the front office people up top are comfortable with. This is just not something I'll ever be comfortable with. I want to win. Winning is what it's about. And again, I grew up when that was the culture. This is the standard.
That's what I'm saying,
man. It's the winning. Like, I grew up when the standard was we don't lose 3 games in a row.
No.
That was the standard. Like,
and if we lose a playoff series and get knocked out,
it's weird.
We're shocked.
Yeah, it's weird.
Shocked.
Like I remember when they would lose 2 games, they'd be like, yo, what's going on, bro? What y'all doing? You know what I mean? Like, what's happening? So, and again, it's different times, different eras, whatever, but a culture was set, is what I'm saying. A culture was established. And if you can look at many teams across the NBA and see where, of course, they have ups and downs, but there's a culture. There's a standard. There's a standard for the Lakers. It's a standard for the Heat. There's a standard for the Spurs. It's a standard for the Celtics. Like, there's a standard that you have to meet and live up to, and ones they just simply won't accept consistently not living up to.
Yeah.
We understand you're going to fail sometimes. You're going to fall short of your goal of what you're trying to do. We understand you're going to have a season where you're like, guys, this ain't the year. We're trying to do something else in the next season. We get all that stuff. But when you constantly giving people the same thing over and over and over and over again and still trying to act like, oh, no, this is something new and something different when you just switch the bow on top of the box, then we just like how stupid you think we are.
The Bulls missed the playoffs. So they traded Jimmy Butler in 16 after 16-17, right?
Yep.
They missed the playoffs for 4 consecutive years. Hoiberg, Boylan, Donovan. They made the playoffs once, and if they don't make the playoffs this year, it'll be 4 more years of not making the playoffs. Like, that's the same as the amount of time that you spent all out tanking. And where are you? Like, you just haven't made any progress. And that's what I was going back to the conversation with Sean. It's like,
Hey, Sean.
It's one thing to, like you're saying, it's one thing to try to go through a tough time to try to come out the other side.
Right.
But fans want to feel like they are on the way up with something,
Yeah.
or part of the ride. If 39-43 and a play-in loss to Miami is the destination every single year, like, they can't. The idea that this continues to be something that they're treating as not an all-out success, but it doesn't seem to me that, based on the fact that they haven't done anything to change it, that is not an outcome that they're happy with.
Yeah.
How could anybody who is happy with that outcome sit here and do the same thing over and over again? You just wouldn't. So what does that tell you?
Yeah, it's true.
I got a quiz question for you guys.
Ooh.
Last time the Bulls were in the conference semifinals was?
2015.
2014, 2015. Which 3 Eastern Conference teams have a longer semifinal drought?
Charlotte Hornets.
Correct. 2001, 2002, which is pretty crazy.
That is crazy. It's definitely not Brooklyn.
Did
not
the
Brooklyn.
Beal
Wizards?
Wall Wizards get there after that?
They did, 2016, 17, I
was gonna
think.
say,
You're
that
right.
was
That's
right on the
true.
heels of that. Brooklyn?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, no.
Oh, wait, no. KD?
KD.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Yep.
Let's see.
This is the Eastern Conference? or just
Eastern
the-
Conference.
Atlanta had that fluke run to
Yeah,
the
Atlanta did
finals.
76ers did it. You said the Wizards.
Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously.
Haven't made it back, I think,
Conference
since
semis, you said?
then. Well, yeah.
Yeah, conference
One more.
semis.
I'll make it this year.
It's Detroit.
Orlando. Last time was Jameer Nelson and Dwight Howard.
Man, oh.
Yeah, 07, 08
out.
for the Pistons, 09, 10 for the Magic, and then 01, 02 for the Hornets. Giddy Committee wasn't even alive.
Good stuff. Before we get out of here, we're going to give you all a little taste of a chat that Goat and I had earlier today with the one and only Tim freaking Legler.
Flex.
Talked a lot about a lot of stuff. Here's a little taste of it. We'll drop the rest tomorrow. Check it out.
Times.
Also, this is Matt asking Tim Legler about hard coaching.
I think it's great. And I know that it goes against like the norm anymore. It seems like, we're afraid to coach people hard and like to send messages to them and like trying to get the most out of them. I applaud Billy for doing it. And look, first of all, I want you to know, like, all the conversation, I personally am super high on him. I was coming into the draft. I loved the pick, thought it was great value, particularly where you got him. And I can just tell you the conversations I have around the league, his name comes up. People really like what his upside is going to be. Love the bounce. He's competitive. He's got great size. He seems to love basketball, which may sound silly, and you would think that would be automatically built in, but it's not, believe it or not. And I think he has that quality. But look, he's 21 years old. He has shown incredible growth from year 1 to year 2. It's still going to be an up and down learning curve. And there's going to be times when, particularly with some veterans on the team, Billy Donovan has to make everybody accountable, even your young, lottery pick from a year ago. And I think if Buzelis is really a player and determined to reach his ceiling, he's going to allow himself to be coached that way without getting sensitive about it, without getting pouty about it. You have to be able to take that as a player and understand. I learned this a long time ago. I was told, and I thought this was a great advice, and I give it all the time. I gave it to my own kids who played all the way through college as they were growing up. It's this. Don't worry about a coach praising you or coaching you hard. When you have to worry is when they stop talking to you because they've lost interest. That's when you start to get worried as a player. So if you're a young player and your coach is on you, it's not personal. It's not that he doesn't like you. He's not picking on you. He sees something there that is worth his time and attention to address. And that's how Matas Buzelis has to view it. I think the sky is the limit for him. I'm very excited about like what the next 2 to 3 years are going to look like for him because I think he could be really special.
And tonight, my sanity will rest on Tim Legler saying that. Shout out to Legs. Always enjoy the chats. Sean, this will be a mini pod dropping and available for people tomorrow?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Yes.
10 a.m.
Just wanted to clarify. There you go. We talked about that. We talked about Kobe. We talked about Trey. We talked about a lot of stuff with the one and only Tim Legler.
Awesome, man.
That's it for tonight. Also, check out the mini pod with Legs tomorrow. Bears Bulls happening again this Sunday. We'll talk to y'all about Bulls Nets Part 2 on Monday. Bear the F down.
Bear down.
Follow GOAT, Will_Gottlieb. Read his stuff, allchgo.com. Become a diehard. Promo code GOAT at sign up for that $36 sign-up offer for our Bears playoff run right now to take advantage of it and read everything the GOAT has to write. Big day, bow, BAWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. And our guy on the controls tonight, the King, Sean Anderson. Check out CHGO White Sox. Have a great night, Bulls Nation. Appreciate you. Shout out to everybody who came out to Lone Owl. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a great weekend. See you, Red. Be good. Bear the F down.
Peace, y'all. Love.
We all silly like the mayor.